Hey, welcome to Happiness Bowl, where my goal is to share cocktails, content, and happiness. Today's episode, I'm going to show you a classic cocktail I think super nice to drink during the winter. I'm going to show you how to make the Sazerac. So, the Sazerac, it's a stirred rye cocktail. It came out of New Orleans. I believe the French Quarter, I know it came out of New Orleans. I know it was pre-Prohibition era. I don't know the exact year. I'm not that guy. If you want to know that kind of stuff, Google the Sazerac, look it up, man. You'll be able to find all the history on the Sazerac. I will say one thing though, man. If you find yourself down in New Orleans, I know the locals will say I ain't saying it right. That's okay. I'm from South Florida, baby. I say it how I say it. But if you find yourself down there, check out the Sazerac Museum, man. I had a great day at the Sazerac Museum. It's a free tour. You go in there, you get to try different things like the Peyshaud bitters. You get to try the Sazerac rye in particular, made by Sazerac. I'm not using that here today, but hey, I found another rye that I like to use. They're gonna show you, they're gonna let you taste absinthe. They're gonna make you a few cocktails and it's all free and they give you a tour and you learn all about it and it's really fun. You get drunk so you forget most of it. I had a blast. Talk to the bartenders and they will give you some great tips too on some of the best local bars in New Orleans. All that being said, we're gonna make the Sazerac here today. I'm gonna show you how to make it. So pretty simple. The build for the Sazerac is 2 ounces of rye, 1/4 ounce of Demerara syrup, 4 dashes of Peyshaud bitters. We're gonna absinthe rinse the glass. That's stirred, that's served down in a rocks glass with no ice, and that's garnished with a lemon twist. So pretty simple. We only got a little prep work to do for that cocktail today, and we're gonna make our Demerara syrup from scratch. I am actually gonna make a turbinado syrup because I couldn't find Demerara sugar again. It's easier to find turbinado. End up with a little more mapley note. Still awesome. So we're gonna start by making our turbinado syrup. So let's go ahead and jump into our prep work. The tools you're gonna need for the prep work: you're gonna need a kitchen scale, you're gonna need a pot, you're gonna need some sealable storage containers, and you're also gonna need a bar spoon for stirring your sugars into your syrups. All right, so our Demerara syrup / turbinado syrup. We are gonna start by grabbing our kitchen scale, get it on, place a container onto your kitchen scale, make sure you zero it out. Then, no, it's not what I wanted to do. I do this so much. This did not go as planned, guys. Not gonna lie to you. All right, let's pour some of that in there. Shake that down. And basically what we're looking for is 250 grams of Demerara sugar, or turbinado if that's what you found. So we're just spilling it everywhere today, I guess. Fuck it, it's a Monday. All right, 250 grams of your sugar. Let's go ahead and add that into the pot. And let's take a small break to clean up whatever mess you fucking made at home. If you're like me, they didn't call me El Toro behind the bar for no reason at all. Absolutely got that nickname, man. Fucking bull in a china shop. Always have been, always will be. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Let's take the time to clean up this mound of sugar. All right, so we got our water. Containers on the scale, it's zeroed out. We're gonna weigh out 250 grams of water. Add that into the pot, and we're gonna turn on our burner, turn it on a medium-high heat, grab your bar spoon and just give it a stir to incorporate that sugar into the water. And what we wanna do is we wanna bring that up to about a boil, just when all that sugar dissolves, and we're ready to go. Side note, this will yield about 500 grams of syrup. So that would be, I think, if you're only using 1/4 ounce, I think it'd be about 32 Sazerac. So unless you're having a big Sazerac party, you don't really need to make all this much, although this will keep in the fridge for up to a month refrigerated, so that shelf life is up to a month refrigerated. You could use it in your coffee, your iced tea, use it in other things. So still good, kind of to make a batch. If you don't need to make, 30 Sazeracs, cut this in half, cut it into 1/4. You find yourself using it over the course of a month for other things, then hey, make the full batch, man. All right, so yeah, we're just waiting for this sugar to dissolve, and it is on its way. Let's get this out of the way. I'm not mad about that sugar. You're mad. All right, so while we're waiting, let's grab our container and blue tape to label and date this. And again, Shelf life on that Demerara syrup, guys, is up to a month refrigerated. All right, so our Demerara syrup is done, our turbinado syrup. Let me grab that container and let's just pour it into our container here. Ready to store. All right, and that's it for the prep work today, guys. Super easy. Let's jump into making our Sazerac. All right, so this is a stirred cocktail. First thing we're gonna need, our mixing glass. Next, we're gonna need our jigger. Then, we're gonna need our rocks glass. So, first things first, before we build our cocktail, we're gonna go ahead and do what's called an absinthe rinse. What we're gonna do is pour a small amount of absinthe into the glass, maybe about a quarter to a half ounce, and you're just gonna swirl that around the glass like so. I like to let it run up the walls, try not to spill it out, you know, and do that. We're just gonna let that sit there for a minute while we build the rest of our cocktail, then we're gonna dump the rest out. So, cheapest ingredients, most expensive ingredients. Let's start with our 4 dashes of Peyshaud bitters. Next, we need our 1/4 ounce of our Demerara syrup, or turbinado syrup if you're like me and couldn't find Demerara sugar. Now we're gonna need our 2 ounces of rye. 2 ounces of rye. Go ahead and grab our ice for our mixing glass. So that ice comes up over the liquid for that proper 25% dilution. Grab your bar spoon and we're gonna stir for 20 seconds as always. "20 seconds. Grab our strainer, place it in there. Let's not forget, before we pour it in our glass, we're gonna dump out that absinthe, right? You wanna dump it out, you don't wanna leave any really in there. And place that strainer down in the cocktail and just pour it up. No need to double strain our stirred cocktails. Grab your lemon. Let's get a nice wide fat peel off that lemon. You're gonna spritz the cocktail. You're gonna twist her up and just place it right down in the drink. There you have it, guys. The Sazerac. Let's taste. First 2 things on the nose, you get the lemon from that spritz, and you definitely get that absinthe, that kind of like licorice anise note on the nose from that rinse, right? I mean, the rye is pronounced, a touch of sweetness from that Demerara or the turbinado syrup I made, a little bit of like kind of like that aged mapley note from that. The Peyshaud bitters kind of add to that little bit of anisette. The rye really comes through. The absinthe with the licorice note really kind of pairs nicely, man. This is such a great cocktail, man. Such a great classic. Just reminds me of being in New Orleans. Perfect on a cold winter night to sip by a fire, sip by your family and friends during holidays, man. You want something boozy, you want an after dinner drink, lean on the Sazerac and then lean on the floor when you get done drinking your Sazeracs. You're gonna have a good time. This is a great cocktail. Man, I hope you guys enjoyed everything. Maybe you made this along with me. Maybe you wrote it down, save it for a later date. Either way, let me know how you're liking everything. And hey, guys, become a regular somewhere. Become a regular at your local watering hole. It's the best way to support local business. And become a regular here at Happiness Bar by liking, commenting, subscribing. Hit that bell if you want notifications. We got cocktail videos coming out every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern to get you ready for the weekend. Stay happy, everyone. Woo! Bring me back to Orleans.